All right, so now welcome to another card review. Doing Eternal Battle Lines. We're doing the Mono Fire with myself, Vincent, and Seragyn joining us as always.
Just to get it out of the way, fuck you, Vince.
There we go. You
All right.
blew your load early though. You used
Yep,
it.
yep. Yeah, my wife says that's a problem.
Ah, well, can't help you there. All right, let's just dive right on in. First card, Mark of the Grove. I think all the bunch of the three color sets in this set got one of these. I kind of dig it. It's different.
Yeah, I think it's really good for fixing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yes. And I noticed it's not depleted.
No, it's not. So you can use it to pay its own cost.
Yeah. So I feel like turn one and two, especially like you said, fixing.
Mhm.
It's just chef's kiss. Definitely we'll see play. And I think in pretty much, I would think all formats, right? In my opinion. So
Yeah, I've heard some other people say they think it's mainly going to end up being for like uh, what do you call it? Expedition. But I
I
think it's
yeah.
gonna. I think it's really good. I've been playing with them, and
I could definitely see also in Throne if you're doing like a weird color base, and you like you said you need some fix, and this is a quick easy fix.
especially if you want to put in some of those cards that have high faction.
Yeah, like some of the new ones have really weird
Mm-hmm.
requirements. This I think that's
One
why
three
they
one.
did these. Yeah, like yeah, 131 or 222s. This is your fucking this is your jam right here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I think it'll see a lot of play.
I do too. All right, so that's that. Next one up, aerial suppression. Deal 2 damage to an enemy unit, double damage while you have a unit with flying. I mean, it's a card.
I think it's actually some really good early removal for the
Yeah,
aggro fire, especially when you think about how fire is also in the nomad fact.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's slow.
It always has flag on your turn.
It's slow speed, but I mean,
Well, I mean, so is torch, but people still play Ed.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, unit with flying.
And
I mean, a one
the
cost.
only thing is, it's a little bit like Ignite, where it's only targetable units.
Yeah, but still, I mean, a potential 4 cost removal for one is not the worst.
Yeah,
I still feel it's probably more expedition-y, drafty. Probably. I don't know that I'll see this in
yeah, but I
Throne.
think we'll definitely see it in the odd super aggro fire,
Maybe. All right, so that's aerial suppression. Up
or
next.
just a nomad deck in general.
Yeah. All right, so next up we got Young Blood Trapper. It's a 1/1 exile summon. Hunt one. Again, just
Meh.
yeah, he's just a guy. He's in that,
But it's the potential 2/2 for one.
which is not
Pretty
the
strong.
worst. Not the worst. So again,
Yeah,
draft probably maybe. I don't really see it. I mean, it's a common, so you know.
yeah.
We got next. Oh, Eager Youth. Summon. Reduce the cost of the top unit of your deck by 2. He's an Oni, by the way, which
Yes.
not bad. I could see some Oni decks running this and even Throne to make some of the more expensive guys try to hit one of them and make them too. I mean, too cheap is nothing to sneeze at.
Or even just making one of your already cheap Onis cheaper so you can play multiple in a
That's
turn.
true. Making
Can
it
really
cost
help.
0. Now you, like you said,
Uh,
you bang out instead of banging out 1 or 2. Now you're banging out 3 in a turn or something.
right.
It's not the worst card. I'm sure it'll pop up here and there.
Yeah, I don't see it really being in everything though.
No,
But
no,
it'll pop up now.
yeah. Next up, we got one of those honey cards. So it's Fire Honey. Pay 2 and sacrifice Fire Honey to deal 2 damage to an enemy. And it says an enemy, so you can go faces to place.
Yes.
Uh, this is one of the. I think this is one of the first. I call them the throwaway relics in this set, where you just basically
Yes.
that's its deal. It's just meant to be thrown away. So again,
And I say it's probably like the second best honey
Mm,
outside of like the sticky honey.
which we'll get to, obviously.
Uh, but I mean, considering the only way you get this is generally off of like a free effect from something else.
Yeah, and I believe we'll get to those cards here. They're all mono
Yeah,
faction, I think. So we'll see. But yeah, this is generated, like you said, from. But it's not horrible.
there is one multi-faction
Oh, okay.
creation.
We'll get to that as well then. Hearty Feast. Inspire. Units you draw get +1 in Overwhelm. Summon. You spend your remaining power to increase that ability by that much attack. This is like an could be like an angry or sentinel mold, right? Because sentinel mold just did plus attack. It didn't throw in the overwhelm part.
Yeah, but the only problem here is Sentinel Mold works when on whatever you have, like
Yeah.
already in your hand. This is only on what you draw after. And I
Yeah.
think one of the major downsides of a lot of the Inspires, at least in my experience, was you play the damn thing, you spend a lot of setup, and then you never draw another fucking unit.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
at least not in time.
I know what I will say. The one thing I liked about sentinel mold is if you had just free power, you could play. I think it was a 3 and bump it up by 1.
Mhm.
This one, it's just like you get it one time when you play it. That's how much you're bumping it, and that's it.
But it
So
also gives the overwhelm.
yes, so that's I don't know.
So I have been using this in my
Okay.
recruit deck.
Yeah, I said I could see this here and there.
When you with charging units, it can be
Okay.
really, especially because a lot of the recruit units, or some of them anyway, or
Hmm.
okay, one of the major ones, it has to hit the enemy before.
Ah, okay. So yeah, so this, like I said, I feel it'll see some play.
Yeah, I agree. The only problem here is it does. I mean, you can be cagey with it and play all your other stuff first, and just give it everything the +1 and overwhelm, because that's actually pretty good too.
Yeah,
But otherwise, you're losing a whole turn to it.
yeah, yeah. But if you're, I mean, I guess if you're all in on units, it probably doesn't matter. But
Mhm.
yeah, not the worst. It's I feel like it's an oldie brand Sentinel mold.
Yeah.
All right, next one up.
I do want to test it with Horn and see if those,
Oh my.
if the things they draw get the cost reduction.
Next up, we got Hive Lantern. He's a nomad. He's another Oni. That's
Mhm.
that's I guess really all he got going on for him. He got the Oni, so there's that synergy.
Well, he
But
do
yeah,
one flying on your turn,
and XX,
and a
which it looks like he's
right.
Nomad 1, so he's basically a 3/3/2 on the enemy turn, flying. A flying Oni.
Yeah,
Look out, flying Onis now.
I feel like the entire Nomad thing is a really aggressive um, keyword and ability.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it
It
yet or not.
Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I feel like the whole point is pushing damage on your turn, getting over the top. Because it's not, because we've seen before flying on the enemy turn, which is a like
Yeah,
inherently defensive mechanic.
yeah, yeah.
Like
You're
this one
right.
seems to be an opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, he's a card basically.
Yeah.
Next up we got Corinna, Hive Guardian. She looks pissed off. She's a Nomad 3. But she's also reckless. And a hero. I'd throw that in there because that does
Mhm.
matter. Hero. She's a Mage Explorer. Again, a 2/2 for 2. Um, on the enemy turn, she's a 5/5. She has the reckless,
Yeah.
so she's.
Yeah. On the enemy turn, she's a exhausted 5/5.
Yeah, so I feel if you can get her endurance somehow, I, I think she can do some damage, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But again, she's okay. I nothing to.
I mean, but for fire and for fire aggro, which is all about pushing damage,
Yeah,
a 2/2 flyer for 2,
exactly.
actually not bad. Not
No,
bad at all.
no. So all right, Next up from Corinna, we got Comb Instructor. She's a exile. She's a 2/1 charge, and her summon is Recruit, which one of the keywords for the set. Draws a unit from the top 5 cards of your deck. If it costs less than the card, you play it. Otherwise, it goes in your hand, and then you bottom the rest of the cards that you didn't pick. So basically, what? It's not less than. It's not less than or equal to. It's less than. So you can get a one or two cost drop, played for free. Anything else goes to your hand. Which,
I've actually had issues with that bit of the wording where I forgot that it was not. What? Why the fuck didn't it play? And then, oh yeah.
So it's again.
I think it's good.
I mean, yeah. It's checks a lot of the boxes that Fire wants, right? It's a charge. It can recruit, so you can immediately, if you're playing a lot of cheap stuff, immediately play another unit as well. Not the worst.
And again, even if you don't get the other unit to be played, if it's more expensive or the same, it's draw, which is something that like those very fast aggro decks don't have a lot of.
That's true.
So you're refilling another creature into your hand at the very least, another unit.
Yeah. I could see it. I don't know if so much Throne, but
yeah, I think there's better options in Throne.
Draft and Expedition, I could see it maybe.
I think I could see it, and again, a very low to the ground, very aggressive fire aggro. I think they're really pushing fire aggro.
Yeah, of course. All right, so that's the Instructor. Who we got next? Oh, Enraged Drone. It's a nomad, and its thing summon. You plays a fire honey, which we looked at earlier. Nothing real special here. I mean, I guess you get the fire honey from it. Other than that,
yeah, I don't see this being like the aggro deck. It's too slow. It doesn't do enough.
No. Again, it's
and the fire honey itself costs another 2 to activate. So
yeah, it's a card. That's all I can say about it. It's a card.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it might be really good in draft, but I know nothing about it.
Yeah, you got me on that.
I think to be fair, in limited, I think all the Nomad cards are going to be really good because the flyers have always been a premium in those sets. True. So being able to go over the top and push damage, I think.
Yes. All right. So next up is Gareth's Advice: create and draw 2 advantages.
Now this, I don't think we actually have it yet because it is
it's a promo, so I don't know.
A promo.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think this one's out, so I don't know how this is even showing up in set 15. Because I looked at this and I'm like, this seems fucking terrible. I don't even know.
Basically. I think first thing, if you're doing like a Felon Cauldron or something weird shit like that, where the number of spells counts.
Yeah.
But even then, it's I
don't know what the hell's up with this.
Okay, this is literally pay 1 to do nothing.
Yeah, hard pass. What do we got?
Because you get 2 advantages, which are each for 1 mana.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So it's pay 1 for absolutely nothing. I don't get it at all.
Nah. So next up we got
pay 1.
Yeah, Lantern's Map. When one of your units hits the enemy player, you sacrifice it, and you draw 2 cards. I could see this getting some play. I don't hate the idea of this card. It's still kind of expensive. It's a pay 3, do nothing a turn. Mm-hmm. But if you already got the board with 1 or 2 units, you could probably risk throwing this out there and possibly draw 2 cards the following turn. So,
it's a little bit like Wanted Poster to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where it's good in some decks. Some people make good use of Wanted Poster. I've seen it do a lot.
Yes.
But it's really limited in the decks it does.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't hate this card. I don't love it. I don't hate it, though.
Yeah.
All right. What's up next?
Exactly.
Liquid Flame. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, and you play a Fire Honey. So you get another one of those Fire Honeys. I mean, it's a more expensive torch, basically.
And
And you get the
the
fire
thing
honey.
is, if you had the fire honey in your hand somehow, it costs two. So it's not even a discount for that. I think if this were two cost, it would be worth playing
Yeah,
because then you'd be getting some kind of advantage out of it. But
yeah,
at three cost,
yeah. I
because
don't know.
that's five cost, deal five damage.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess the nice thing about this, it can go anywhere. I like
Yeah,
torch is limited, so I don't know. But yeah, most people are just gonna play torch over this anyway.
yeah,
Unless for some reason you're looking for throwaway relics, then you may instead opt for this over a torch, possibly.
yeah. I could see it in like a Praxis Sentinel where you're using the 2/4 Sentinel that gives all your Sentinels +1 every time you play a relic.
Yeah, or what Volk, and
Something like
you
that.
need to destroy a junk relic. Well, there you go, destroy the fire honey.
Yeah,
I'm okay with destroying that to get another Volk back, right? So yeah,
yeah, or roadmap.
yeah. So it'll see limited use, I think.
Yeah,
Who
but
do,
it's going to be very.
yeah, who do we got next here? Listia, the Winged Lantern. I think this is the first legendary we've seen. She's a
Mhm.
hero, 2/1 for 3, and she's Nomad 2. Your relic abilities are fast, which is very interesting. And when she hits the enemy player, you play a random honey, which we've already met the fire honey. There's the restorative and the sticky as well. So, again, not the worst card, especially
Yeah,
especially looking for the throwaway relics. I mean,
but it does have to hit first.
yeah, yeah. And I guess if your opponent uses removal on a 2/1, I feel that's a win for you.
Well, if it's on your opponent's turn, they're using removal on
Yeah,
uh
a three.
whatever the fuck that
We
four
get
three.
Yeah, 4/3, which I guess is a decent blocker, but
Yeah, I think it'll see some play just to do some stuff. I'm not sure it's actually good enough to be legendary.
Probably not. But like I said, I feel like people are gonna try stuff, especially with the throwaway
Yeah,
relic. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what people do with it.
hmm I think it'll be better in Expedition.
All right, what do we got? Pouncing Predator. That's a pissed off cat. 3/2/3, Devour 2, deal 1 damage. Devour is one of the other keywords, so when played, you can destroy that many cards from the top of the enemy void to get that effect. And if the enemy void does not contain those cards, you obviously do not get the effect. Void bound cards are skipped, if you did not know. So if my
So they
opponent,
don't count.
yeah, so my opponent has 2 cards, but one of them's void bound, I can't devour 2. If they have 3 and one's void bound, then I can do it because, like I said, it would skip the void bound and devour the other 2. So,
Yeah,
eh. Um,
I mean for mechanics like Spark and what's I can remember the oldest one, but the one that is actually relevant now, I forgot the name of.
Inspire? No, not Inspire.
No, where if you deal damage, like the film. Shit,
Mm.
dude, this sounds so stupid once it finally comes out. Uh, you know the 0/3 flyer that when you hit the enemy with a weapon or
Oh,
non-attack damage?
Frenzy.
Frenzy, yes, there it is. So yeah, it could be a frenzy enabler maybe, in like in a frenzy deck.
Yeah, I guess in a weird way, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a common cat that,
Yeah,
eh, you
you
know,
don't expect.
nah, we're not gonna see that much. All right, here we got next. We go from a cat to an iguana. The alluring iguana. His entomb, you recruit, and he's a 4/2 for 4. So, this worst case, hopefully you get he basically hopefully can replace himself with another unit when he gets killed.
Yeah,
Or
I
worst
think this
case,
would
he
be a
draws you
really
hopefully at
good
least another
card.
unit. So
Yeah,
it's not the
I think
worst.
this is really good draft. Like draft, this is really good. Constructed.
I cannot hear
Yeah,
you
I mean,
speaking, Seragyn, for some reason.
do you have me now?
Do not know why. I know you're talking.
Well, this is what editing's for.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'm going to leave
Hear
the
you
chat.
now. Wait, hold on. Is it my headset, maybe? Are you speaking now? Oh, shit, there we go. I can hear you perfectly
got me?
loud. Oh, my God. My cat bumped
Okay.
my, sorry, my cat bumped my, thing, and holy shit.
Like I said, that's what editing.
Yeah. Well, everyone heard what you were saying anyway about the card, so that's all that matters. They'll just see me fumbling
Okay.
around as usual. They'll be like, nothing new here.
But yeah, just so you hear, I'm saying that I think it's pretty good in draft,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
but it's not going to see constructed play.
No.
It doesn't do anything immediately.
Nope. So, moving on from the iguana. We got Blade Tooth, a 4-cost 3/3. He's a quick draw. He has Devour 5. You play a +1 weapon on each of your units. Draft.
I mean, I could see that. Well, also in the Oni decks where you're wanting to play little weapons to draw cards or whatnot, choosing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
I could see it. The only problem is it's a pretty high Devour.
Yeah, and usually those decks don't like mill, so they'd have to pretty much be either killing other units or torching them, or some way to get units and get cards into the void.
Yeah.
So, not super impressed.
I think we'll see it every now and again, but.
Moving on from Mr. Blade Tooth, what do we got? We got Shizway's Grief. It's a relic weapon. It's a DD, and it's versatile. 4 cost. It's a 1/1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's still double damage. You can't, nothing to sneeze at double damage, right? Is my headset dying on me? I think my headset is dying on me. But, Some crazy person may put it in their deck. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. So, moving on from Shizway's Grief, what do we got next? Cry Havoc. What do we got here? Deal 5 damage to enemy unit. If it dies this turn, the enemy player discards all units with that name from their deck. I find this pretty interesting. It's slow speed, though, but still, I find it interesting. I can hear you.
So I'm saying it's a better version of the Shadow Spell.
That sounds like you're breaking up now. Or maybe it's my headset. Weird. Whoa.
Better?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so it wasn't me.
I just changed headsets, so.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's way 100% better. Sounds like you were
Okay.
at the beginning, so.
Probably
Yeah, I
battery
mean,
issue.
this card's interesting.
I'd use it in a mid-range, like creation or something.
I would love to. You know what I would pair it with, right? Rift. Rift.
Oh, it would be good with Rift. You're right.
Bump that deal 5 up to a 6, 7, 8, 9, say. Pretty much anything they play, you immediately kill it, and you discard every other one of them.
But it's not gonna see any use out of like mid range, outside of mid range,
Or basically meme stuff,
or
I think.
controlling. Yeah, because it only hits units.
Yeah, yeah. So, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
sure someone will do something silly with it. All right, next up, what do we got? Whoa. It's Enthralled Huntress, another cat, surprisingly. That's a 4/3 for 4. She got quick draw, and it's pay 4, and you devour 8 to deal 8 damage to the enemy player. Holy smokes. That's interesting.
It is. It's not a summon devour. So you can do this at any time and repeatedly.
Yeah, as long as you have eight in the void and 4 power available, yeah. And it doesn't say you can do it once per turn either. If I'm reading this correct, as long as they have a lot of cards in their void, just mash this sucker.
I feel like this is a little bit along the lines of the last release, the Behemoths, where they had the all those cards that were pay 8 to do whatever.
Yeah.
That ended up being really, I mean, quite useful in draft, but not so much in
Pretty much anything else.
anything else. Yeah.
Or like you could use it in Gauntlet about and stuff, but that was about it. Yeah. This
in limited.
Yeah, this interests me.
It's the 8 is the problem.
Yeah, the Devour rates, and that's the. But I'm sure people are going to come up with ways to make your opponent Militon quick. And
just if you're doing minute mill,
and
you
just,
can
abuse the hell out of this.
Yeah,
because basically paying 4 to hit your opponent for 8 is a pretty good deal if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel someone's going to try to break this card. I think I'm interested to see what happens with this card. All right,
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Myrmidon Rider. It's a 4-cost 5/2 summon +3 life and reckless if you have 2 or more other units. And it's an Oni. It's another Oni. It's an Oni insect. I think that's a first. So again, Oni synergies, and you gain life. So that's I'm drawing a blank on the new keyword that could help. Trying to think which the new keyword. I can't think of it now. We gain life and gain armor a turn. It does something. Is that It's not recruit. That's not recruit. That's shit. I am drawing a blank. I'm sure someone in the comments is like, "You idiot!" It's whatever. And thank you for telling me, but that doesn't help me now. But yes, I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments what it's called. I don't remember. It's Bolster, and you can't fucking hear me again. Ah, it is Bolster. He is right. And I can't hear you again? It doesn't show me you're talking, actually. Whoa, I just heard something. There you go. Now I can hear you. For me, your headset is... that one's like very like... It doesn't sound... It sounds like it's dying or something.
I don't know.
Whoa, shit! There we go. Oh my god, I almost blew my damn eardrums out. Alright, there we go.
I just moved them slightly.
Yeah, it went from like 2 to like 10, which is good. Like I can hear you, and I'm sure everyone else in YouTube land can hear you. Bolster. Yeah, there you go. He's screaming Bolster. Now you can actually hear him scream Bolster. It was Bolster.
Yeah.
So it's a Bolster enabler, I guess, and it's an Oni. So there's that.
And I don't think it's very good.
No, it's a card. That's about it. Moving on from
Yeah.
Moving on from that card. Who do we have next? Oh, if it'll ever load. Tandem Strike. One of your units hunts to recruit.
Yeah, that's my feelings.
Draft
It's
maybe, maybe
I
extra
don't know.
edition.
It costs too much. There's no. It's adding 2 bits of randomness,
Yeah,
a random chance for something good to happen twice.
yeah. I mean, it's like I said, maybe a draft. I don't know. I wouldn't play it. But moving on from
Hmm.
that card. That's saying something. I wouldn't play the card. Holy shit. 5 cost 4/4 Fire Guide. Again, another Oni. Her deal, you summon. You play another fighter. You get a Fire Honey from this young lady. I guess. So, again,
I think it'd be good in draft.
yeah, that's about it. Because, I mean, it is a 4/4 body. But other than that,
Yeah.
mediocre at best.
Hmm.
Alright, what's up next? After her, we got another Lego legendary. We got the Lantern Commander. He's a 5 cost. He's a 4/2. He got Warcry 2. And his summon, which is pretty sweet. Ready your units, they can attack again.
I mean, for aggro and nomad decks and things like that, this is really good. It's much cheaper than.
Mm-hmm. It's much cheaper than, and you cut out again. Just boom. Oh, where's much cheaper than, and bleh. that was that. People will love the bloopers. Could we just leave them in there? We're not scared of the bloopers. People don't care. They think it's funny. Start again. Yes, we will start again. Okay. We're going to pick this up in a second. There we go. Seragyn's resetting some shit. Isn't this the same kind of guy as the, I feel like he's the same guy as the other Lantern card, I think. And he's back. But can we hear him?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Oh, gosh, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So hit us with it. Lantern Commander.
Okay. Fuck, I find it again. So there are a couple other fire cards that have the same effect. Bad News, and there's a flying charge one too. Aspect of Destruction.
Yes, yes.
But they both cost more, both in terms of actual like power and in influence. So I think this is definitely a power creep replacement for those that don't see a lot of play because of their cost.
Oh, I feel a lot of aggro fire is going to be all up on this guy.
I think it's a little bit too
Maybe
costly.
Maybe mid-rangey fire?
Mid-range. Yeah.
But they're definitely going to want this guy.
Yeah.
Hell, I kind of want this guy.
Yeah, because the aggro fire, by the time you can play this, you want to already have the game
Pretty
kind of
much.
locked.
Pretty much, yeah. Or maybe he's their finisher. You throw him out in there from market or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I definitely feel people are going to do some stuff with him, some broken shit, and I'm excited to see what people do with this. Hell, we may even do something with it. But this is, I think this could be a cool one. I'm just curious to see what people do with it.
Yes.
All right, who do we got next after the Lantern Commander? Oh, another legendary. I think this is the last Mono Fire legendary. 5 cost to 5/6. It's Old Scratch Amok. He is a hero. He definitely looks pretty pissed in the picture. He's an Overwhelm. Devour 6. Each player discards their hand and draws 3 cards. That's something. That's some aggressive discard Especially if I feel like if you're doing a Devour deck, I mean, you probably want that, right? Especially if your
I
opponent
feel
has
like if you're doing like a menace discard deck, you're kind of shifting from like the Solitude finisher
yeah,
into like
shit,
Black Iron Manacles.
or shit like this, right? This and Black Iron Manos is nasty.
Exactly. And this and Dizo, right?
Oh yes, yeah. So this, I again, this is one I'm curious to see what people do with. Um,
The only problem with the discard decks with Devour is there are a significant number of the number of cards in the enemy's void matters. Things like Essence Feast.
yeah.
And this, you wouldn't put a Devour card in an Essence Feast deck, right?
No, no.
So I do
Well,
think it does change the way Mill works, but
a little bit.
probably I think for the better.
Yeah, I don't think they would care at that point. Like I said, I'm really interested again to see what people do with this one. Um, I don't say I hate it. I don't say I love it. I am very curious about this card.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be pretty neat. So, moving on from the old scratcher, what do we got next? A rampaging rabbit, a 5 cost, a 5/4. He's overwhelmed. Devour 4. Kill all enemy attachments. And it doesn't. It's not relics, which is very interesting because it's attachments. So like permafrosts, shit like that, immediately they go away too.
And unlike, this is a little bit like the other rabbit, the 8/8 rabbit from last set, where when it attacks, you kill all enemy attachments.
Yes.
Except
this one doesn't have to
this
attack.
happens immediately when you play it. You don't have to attack.
Yeah,
I think it's.
This will definitely see some play.
overwhelmed.
Yeah, this will see some play.
I mean, I am definitely going to throw this in my horn deck. This 100% and in my head replaces the Sand Mage.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Like I said, and it's what an uncommon. So not too shabby for an uncommon, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on from the old rabbit, rascally rabbit. The Smoke Shaper, a 5 cost. He's a 2/2. His thing, he recruits. Again,
No,
5 cost 2/2.
This is draft.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Yeah.
too expensive for the draft even.
It's poo in card form. A hard pass. Hard pass. Next up from that,
Yeah.
we got Patrice, your new home. She is a 6 cost 3/5. She's a hero. Inspire. Unit you draw, get charge, and her summon, recruit. Again, I feel like this is a pretty good one. You're kind of interested to see what people do with it, especially when you get the like I think we were talking off camera, the recruit, like you can immediately get a charger out of it.
Yeah, I've been playing an FTP recruit deck, and you can get some really insane strings out of this. Like sometimes if you have a lot of recruit stuff in there, 3 or 4 units charging in for 6.
Yeah, I like it.
Problem is, you kind of, it gives everything charge. That's nice, but when it whiffs, you're very sad.
That's true. That's true.
Although I think the nice thing for these, if you're doing a recruit deck, you're going to have a unit heavy deck.
Yeah.
And if you recruit and whiff, like don't even get to draw a card, then that means you didn't have any units in the next 5 cards.
Which probably is good then.
Which is actually good for you to put those on the bottom.
Yeah. So, like I said, I feel this is above average. Interested to see what people do with it. All right, I think we're up to the last mono fire card. Yep, here it is.
Yes,
Territorial Flame Tongue. 6 cost. He's a 6/3. It's a beast. Devour 6. You deal 6 damage to an enemy unit. Draft, maybe. Feel it's pretty mediocre.
Yeah, and it's, again, a little bit expensive, but draft.
and it's 6 damage to an enemy unit only. So meh.
It's a filler.
Yeah. So that's the mono fire.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna wrap this up and then bring you, I believe, mono chime would be next, right? Is that what
Yes.
we showed next? So give us a quick second and we'll be right back.